Okay, let's get straight into it per usual. Here I am just taking down the first two braids in the middle of my head. I had braids previously from doing frontals and stuff, so I'm just unraveling them. This video, I'm going to start with how I part my hair for the V part, then I'm going to go into how I style the wig, and then how I blend my hair.
Okay, so as y'all can see, I just took down the two braids that were in the middle. I had 8 braids total, like braid down for my wig. And just a little disclaimer, I cannot braid my own hair, so I usually have to get like my roommate or somebody to braid my hair down for wigs. So so I'm not sure what I'm about to do with the leftover hair since I can't braid it down, but we're gonna figure it out. So obviously I don't need the back part, so I'm already gonna tuck that hair away. And what I'm most likely gonna do is just put in a ponytail for now with the rest of the braids, and then I just have this front piece to work with. I don't want to go super far back because the V is not that long, it's pretty short, so let me show y'all. Not that much parting space, so you don't need to go super far back when you're doing your part, if that makes sense, when you're doing your initial part, if that makes sense. So what I usually do is I'll take it and I'll put it like on the side of my head, and then I'll place my finger where like that V starts, and then once I do that, that's how far I know to go back. So from there I'll part that section off. So when I put the V in, it's gonna be about that long. Hopefully this is making sense. I don't know if I'm describing it good enough, but we're gonna see. So now obviously this is not a V, this is like a box part, so I'm gonna have to create that V. Promise y'all this is super simple, foolproof, this works every time. So I'm gonna go in the middle of my nose, up middle of my eyebrow to create that perfect center part first. So the first part you want to make is your center part. So okay, does that look straight? So it doesn't have to be a perfect straight part for now because I'm gonna mess it up in a second, but just make sure it's somewhere in the middle of your head. And then you're gonna go to where your eyebrow starts. So my eyebrow starts right here, and I'm gonna go up at a diagonal, and I'm gonna make a part like that. Super simple, doesn't have to be straight either. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with my other eyebrow. Once I touch my hair, I'm gonna start going diagonal. So let me try that again. And yeah, that's really all you do. And then for now, I'm gonna take this hair and I'm gonna either clip it or bobby pin it. Right now the clips are just what I have in front of me, so my bad, I didn't even show y'all the wig. So this is what she looks like. She has 2 mini combs at the top, and then 2 combs on the side, and 1 comb on the bottom with a little adjustable band thing. I usually don't use that, but if you have like a smaller head, then you probably need to use the adjustable strap thing. And these 2 mini combs pop out, so you pop them out. So they're gonna look like this to start. You pop them out in order to put the combs in your head. I literally just learned this like my last V-part install. My last V-part install, I had no idea that the combs work like that. But so as y'all see, this wig looks a little bit ran through because I wore it under a hat without actually installing it, and then you just kind of click them into place. So I do each side at a time, one side at a time, moving the hair over. And yeah, so right now it looks like it's enough. Usually just part it over just to make sure that it's covering the wig and everything like that. So as y'all can see, that looks good. Not too much, not too little. So now we're ready to actually put it on for real. So with curly hair, the back doesn't have to be super flat, thank God, because like I said, I don't know how to braid. So you can kind of just make sure that the hair is sectioned off and place it down. You don't necessarily have to have super flat, skinny tight braids. So for this side, what I'm going to do is just create a as flat a braid as possible. So y'all, I can barely braid regular. This is so sad. And this is gonna be a crazy method, y'all, because like I said, this is me deconstructing the braids I already had. Obviously, if you're starting from scratch, then you need to just do the parting method that I just showed you and then braid your hair down afterwards. Same thing, other side. So this is what it looks like. Very sporadic, very all over the place, but it's gonna get the job done. Usually when I do hair like this, like V parts, I would take out some of the edges, like just a small thin layer of hair right here and on this side, so that I can do edges, different styles, stuff like that. But since my hair is already braided, I'm just gonna do the front part and just keep my hair down the whole time, so it's not a big deal. Secure. And for now, I'm going to leave the leave out alone and focus on the actual hair, making it defined volume curls. First, you're going to need a spray bottle and any sort of mousse. So this is the mousse I use. It's Miel, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Brazilian curly cocktail mousse. I like this mousse because it smells good and it's really like, I don't like thick heavy mousse, so this mousse is really like still leaves your hair bouncy, doesn't make your hair crunchy. So yeah, this is the mousse I use. And then I also have another mousse, but it broke, but it's just curling mousse and it's a little bit thicker, so sometimes I'll mix the two, but we'll see. Okay, so I have everything I need. Now all I'm gonna do is define the curls. So this hair, I already love the texture. Like I see really snaps on there, like Waterwave curly textures. Love them, my favorite curly hair company. So you can really wear it how it is. Had I not put a hat on and kind of messed it up and not really did anything with it, I could have really worn it like this fresh out the pack. But it does need a little TLC, so I am gonna separate it. I try to separate it using like 4 sections, so we're gonna see how that works. And you're just gonna spray. Make sure you get the ends. And it doesn't need to be completely soaking, dripping, saturated wet, but just get it enough dampness to where you can easily brush through and you're not losing a lot of hair brushing through it. So this is like a good amount of water. Probably could have used a little more actually. And this is also gonna help to make the curls more volume, because right now they're, you know, processed, really stuck together still. And making sure that you're getting to the roots, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, this is probably gonna be my first and last time brushing through this hair. After this, I'm gonna take it off at night, put my little bonnet on and put it back on in the morning, maybe scrunch it to find some of the curls. But this is gonna be my first and last time. I might do it one other time, just brushing through, kind of getting all the tangles and creating volume in the hair. Then I'm gonna take my curly mousse cocktail, spray a good amount, and just run it through, making sure that you get the ends and that the hair is saturated. I also have my Gatsby that I'm only gonna put a little, because like I said, this mousse is thicker. And after that, finally, I'm gonna take a little bit of Eco and just apply that to the ends so that they are more defined, because it looks really, I think it looks cuter when your ends are not frizzy and they're kind of defined and ringlet curls. It really brings together the look. So that's what I'm gonna do, and use the Got2b. Why do I keep saying Got2b? Use the Eco Styler gel for it. So just like that, that section's done, and we're gonna go to the next section. So this is kind of a big section. I usually do 4, but I think I'm gonna do 6 this time. So 3 on each side, bottom, middle, top. You don't want to brush hella hair out because it's not gonna grow back. So I do a little extra step at the top part, y'all are gonna see in a second, just because it is the top part and you kind of want your more defined curls to be on the top when you do curly styles, and the bottom can be frizzy, nobody's really gonna see it. The bottom being frizzy is good, it adds volume. The top being frizzy, not good because it looks frizzy. So okay, instead of just putting Eco on the ends, I'm gonna put it all throughout my hair. So not a lot, just a little, but it is gonna go all throughout my hair just to create more of a defined look once it dries. Okay, and that's literally it, y'all. So I'm gonna do the other side and I'm gonna show you how I dry it quickly. You can also let it air dry, but normally I'd be doing this right before it's time to leave, so I dry it with my blow dryer, my diffuser. At this step, looks really cute, really defined. Like if you like kind of the wet look in your hair blends, by all means do this. My hair doesn't blend with this type of texture, so I have to dry it or let it air dry. So I'm gonna use my diffuser. I use hot heat, highest setting, highest pressure blowing. I kind of just do each side. It takes me like 20 minutes, 15, 20, 25-ish minutes, depending on how saturated it is, to get it completely dry. So let me show y'all how I do it. Kind of self-explanatory.
I am literally just pressing into my head over and over, making sure to be careful at the top part and at the ends. And I'm going to do this until my hair is about 85% dry.
Okay, so this is what it looks like, about 80% dry. The rest I'm probably going to let just air dry while I do my leave out.
So I am just unraveling my flexi rods. I use the same mousse that I used for my wig on the flexi rods, and I just kept them in overnight. I also let this wig dry overnight. I'm not going to include how I did the flexi rods because I have several videos already on in depth how I style them, how I wrap the hair around them. So I will link those in the description box if you really want to see an in-depth how I install my flexi rods. But I'm just placing the wig back on my head, clamping it in, and you can leave it just clamped in like this. But what I do like to do just to have a more secure, like have more wig security, is I will take bobby pins and I will place them like maybe 2 or 3 on each side just so that it's super secure, and just in case like I'm doing a lot of movement and stuff, I don't want my wig to be slipping and sliding everywhere. But the combs are pretty secure on their own, so if you want to skip this step of adding the bobby pins, you definitely can. It's your discretion. And once I have my wig secured, I'm going to start the blending process. So as you can see, I'm going to take a piece of my hair and a piece of the wig hair that's directly underneath and just ravel it until the end. So I'm going to do this for each little section, and this is really how you get that seamless, undetectable blend, because if your hair is wrapped around the actual hair, you're not going to be able to tell the difference, you know? So this is kind of what I do, that little extra blending step, and it really makes it like undetectable for real. And obviously, if you have some bobby pins sticking out, just go ahead and hide them the best you can with your hair. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. And I do that to both sides until I like kind of how it looks and it's fully blended. Now you're literally just going to see me cleaning up the part. I did brush a little edge control on my hair just so that it's not as frizzy fuzzy in the front. And I'm just going to comb down any pieces that might be sticking up. And also something else that I do, since I did let this hair air dry overnight, any frizzy pieces that I see once it's completely dry, I'm just going to kind of touch it up with the mousse. So as you can see, I'm getting those pieces in the back. There's a couple pieces in the front that I would like to be more defined. And this is how it turns out, how it ends up looking. I absolutely love it. I feel like the curl pattern is so pretty. It flows so well. If you want more volume, you can dry it a little bit more, but I love how it looks right now.
Okay guys, so this is the final look. Super cute, super undetectable, blends perfectly. Doesn't, like I said, doesn't matter what hair texture you have. I love Vpart wigs because I can take them off at the end of the night, and I really only have to style them like once or twice. So I did this style yesterday, styled the wig, let it air dry overnight, and this is how it looks when it's 100% dry. All I have to do is literally like blend my leave out, touch up the hair, and boom, we out the door. Yeah, I definitely give this hair a 10 out of 10. I love the curl pattern. I love the length. And I have a short torso, long legs, so any type of hair like 28 inches on me looks like 35. So